Before we get into this live stream, real quick, I only got like 20 minutes, man, before I go up here and start doing the detail, doing overtime down here, man. Doing the security overtime, and still hustling, trying to hit the mark of 50K, baby, if I can, or go over it because that was what I averaged last year. I think it was like 48,000 to be exact. 50 will be my high with security in my security career. In my 20 year, 19, 18 year security career, 50K, whatever would be the highest that I would have earned doing security. Now, before we get started, man, I'm listening to this brother, man. Shout out to the Mike Drop Barbecue on YouTube. And it's like, I'm trying to, he a little bit probably older than me. And, his title really, intrigued me. It was like Uber live money hard to make without a plan. And when he came on, the first couple of things he was saying, he was talking about, yeah, right now, due to the issues with the government and, how people ain't getting EBT and all this and that type of stuff, he was like, a lot of people, they sitting home and, this is a great opportunity, which I agree it is. The rideshare program is probably the best opportunity that any American can have because, like I have told my cousin, I have stressed this to a lot of people. When you get a car, you are a vehicle. Period. You are instantly abreast into American. Like logistics, the shipping and receiving. That's what this country is built on, man. Shipping and receiving. That's the ground right there. I'm talking about air travel. But if you can get that too, then that's a plus for you. Shipping and receiving. So a lot of people they take advantage of the opportunity when they get a car. It's like back then we didn't have all this stuff accessible to us like how we got now. And Uber is new. This rideshare program is new to the world. Still, it's still relatively new. It ain't that old. So it's only gonna get better as time progresses along. And it's a great opportunity for people, man, to earn money because they empowering the people, to be independent. You're your own self-contractor. You set your own schedule. All right, when you want to start work, when you want to get off work. Okay, and you can accumulate abundance of wealth. Okay, you can get rich doing it, but you can become wealthy if you have a plan, like the brother is saying in this video. A plan meaning a financial plan where you can build off of that, whatever you have to build wealth, generational wealth. You can put your money in investments, like I'm doing. You can go into real estate. You can do a lot of things. To double your money to 4x, 3x, 5x, however much you gonna make from your money. You could do that. Okay, and it's like this is probably the greatest opportunity that I have ever seen in my lifetime. And I wish it was around back then. Back then we had liveries and stuff, but we didn't have the social media. And we didn't have the access to how we have things now. Smartphones, which was the biggest plus upside for this American culture. It's fantastic, man. It's like shit. I wish it was in my time, especially when I was hooping. I was playing basketball at the YouTube and all that stuff. Now I probably wouldn't be sitting right here, But you know, it is what it is, and I'm glad this opportunity is here. But my whole objective for this stream is to talk about the reparations, man. Because I've been really pondering on this real hard for like the last couple of hours. And I'm really trying to figure out like why America, primarily Chicago, because I have lived here a long time and I got my business license. I just was able to read the letter. I went through mytax.illinois.gov, to look at my account. And I thought I wasn't gonna be able to get my business license, like the new one because I thought they was like obsolete now because they don't, issue those out no more. But I had to go through my letters and stuff like emails that they sent me, and I had my business license for the new year. So my license expired like they give me a year every year, and it expires on the 6th of June next year, 26th. So every year I would give myself that whole year to earn as much money as I can for my company, man. I'm taking this shit serious, man, because I can have one good year and that'll end me working in this systemic system. If you don't know what systemic is, let me read it to y'all real quick before I get into this lecture. Because a lot of people understand that's what we dealing with. We dealing with systemic black people. We dealing with systemic racism. And I've been since my friend Chanel put this on my brain, thought for brain and brain. Well, she put it on food for thought and thought for brain. Many years ago on her program, 20 years ago, when she talked about this at Chicago State, when she was talking to the political candidate Baker, he came to the program because I know Raymond showed up. I think Baker did show up too, but Tom Dart, he didn't show up. But she talked about systemic racism. I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now. And I know y'all, if y'all haven't seen Chanel Oliver on YouTube, go check her out because now she's doing her documentary on the Amina slave trade. And now she's spawning off, giving people insight about the continent of Africa, going through different countries and that continent and cities. All right, she started with Ghana and she's traveling and she's with a network called the African Network. I think it is African Central. But her program is called Africa the Beauty, and I'm really intrigued because all this had manifested 20 years ago at Chicago State, and now she is abroad now with her program, and she's on YouTube, and she did a lot of affiliate stuff locally, 25 point, 24 point, I think 4, Swag TV. She's on that program, and I'm rooting her on, man, because she really inspired me, man. Like, 'cause and she's a singer too. And it's like, she's unbelievable, man. She never stopped, and she have a real purpose, and I know she gonna make it. She probably be the next Oprah Winfrey. I'm just shedding some light on that and letting y'all know early. But anyway, let me read what systemic racism is. Systemic racism, also referred to as a structural, hold on, a structural racism is a form of racism that is pervasively and deeply embedded in the systems, laws, written or unwritten policies, and establishing practices of a society. It is distinct. It is distinct from individual overt prejudice, and I disagree with that because this system is all pretty much geared towards black folk because we came out of slavery. And all they did was just roll it over, like how you roll over with a new company, like they did with this company, with Securitize. They just rolled it over and started with something brand new. Because there was a lot of blacks out there that wasn't free, that didn't get the 40 acres of mule once the president, Andrew, what's his name, Johnson, after Lincoln got assassinated, overturned people that right for people that had a 40 acres in their mule and gave those properties, that land, back to the actual like owners, the slave owners. So, you know, yeah, this was all geared towards black folk, the ones that didn't have nothing after slavery, and they was wandering around trying to figure it out. You know, they wasn't free because they wasn't financially free. They needed somebody to take care of them still, which now the government stepped in and implemented programs. And if it wasn't for people like Martin Luther King with the civil rights movement, and it was all a stimulus of what Rosa Parks did, which started that movement. And civil rights was primarily for black folk and for other other minority groups as well that was poverty stricken that couldn't afford housing. That's what the civil rights was all about. You know, it's equal opportunity for people to have the same rights as others to get monies for housing. That was the whole purpose of it. You know, him and Jesse, they set up the coalition and they posted up here, you know, in Chicago and woo, woo, this and that. That's why when I was at Chicago State, it was like mandatory for us to go through the black studies up there, the Gwendolyn Brooks Center. There was no way you would be able to graduate from Chicago State without going through the Gwendolyn Brooks Center up there in Chicago when they built the new library. And I took my Egyptian class up there. I had to read 13 books on the Egyptian dynasty. Learned all about that stuff. You know, got down here and got culturally shocked down here because they didn't. It's different. They doing like Roman stuff and Byzantine stuff, but it all came from Egypt. You know, so they kind of curtailed the story, and it's not being told right. Okay, but anyway, I read y'all what it was about. Now, let's get into this reparation stuff, man. Now, when I just read this a while ago, I was alarmed why black Americans are not getting reparations. Look, listen to this, man. It's alarming to me, man. Look, it said the U.S. government has not enacted a federal reparation program for black Americans primarily due to the political opposition, public opinion, and complex logistical and legal challenges. Okay, these are the keys right here. Generational responsibility. A central argument is that no one currently living, they can say, was enslaved. But we are all descendants from slavery. And we're in this system trying to, survive. Right? So they owe us something for that. And few living Americans were direct slave owners. I disagree with that too because this is an inheritance. If y'all know about heritage, my father woke me up about that, the heritage. You know, these people, they come there and look at your name and they be like, man, I own him. You understand? It's like, opponents argue it is unfair to hold present generations, including descendants of those who immigrated after slavery or who fought against it, accountable for the actions of individuals who are long dead. Now I'm gonna skip down. I gotta go to this post. We'll do a part two. This is the most alarming thing I read about when I heard this part right here about why they don't want to give black Americans reparations. Now we got a good president right now, Donald Trump. He's for black folk, okay? A lot of black folk voted for him because they know he's one that will enact on these type of programs that black people need, okay? If they really want us to be independent, feel free like everybody else. Because I know I have tried, and they won't give me $1, man. It's like they making it real hard and extreme for those that's trying, to be successful. Like what Drake was saying, all I want to do is be successful. They won't let you be successful in this country, especially in Chicago, because we still segregated here. We can't even fellowship with everybody. And I'm doing my own case study. As I'm doing Uber, I'm going around studying the human behavior here. It's the same way it was 20 years ago when I was just shouting. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. It's like it's real tense and stuff like, I'm a black driver. I'm out there. I didn't think I had an encounter with the Ku Klux Klan out there, man. That's another story. I'm gonna tell y'all about that. But anyway, I'm trying to get to this one part where it was saying, the real reason why America don't want to issue out reparations to black folk is because of the Asian descent, white descent, and Latino descent in America. They are opposed, they are ops to black people getting reparations. And that's very alarming. Why you don't want us to feel freedom is my question. Why? It don't make no sense to me because they know what we've been through and what we still going through. They should be on our side. Like the Latin Kings, they supposed to protect brown skinned people. Like what happened in Little Village with that dude, Bezu, That shouldn't have happened. That shouldn't have happened in that area. It's 26,000 Latin Kings in Chicago. They the biggest gang in Chicago. How did that happen? How did he get killed in that area? How? But we gonna do a part two, man. What's going on, cousin? Right on, Jack. Right on, man. Yep, but hey, man, 2026 being bullshit is over with now. The real heads finna start talking like myself. Y'all need to tune into my podcast. They was either on TV. Like I said, I'm on a quest to be financially free soon. Okay? The last thing I'm trying to get now is my equity, some shelter. Because I know what's gonna happen. I'm 2 steps ahead of the game. You know, they've been, like Bernie Mac said, they've been fucking with me for a long time. I should have been a basketball NBA great because I was great. And they wouldn't let me play when I got back here. Like I said, there's something wrong with this situation in Chicago. Um, and I can't speak for nowhere else because I haven't had no experience other than outside, going to Louisiana for 1 year to try to play basketball. And Grambling, Louisiana was great. Them black folks down there love us, man. They wanted me to stay down there. They was real hospitable to us, us northerners and stuff. When I was down there for that whole year, it was real nice. You know, um, came back here, I was like, man, they made me do all this, and they knew I was a star, and that's Chicago. It's a systematic thing here. We still segregated, it's just, can't live everywhere you want to live, even if you got your shit together. It's frustrating, man. You know what I'm saying? You do all this extra stuff, jump through all these hoops, and you still can't move where you want to. Like I had kind of like an argument a long time ago with like one of the pest control, the exterminators that used that exterminate our building, and we still not getting our the area, the property exterminated, because now we starting to see roaches and mice and stuff, and they real heavy over there. I had to tell them like, man, dog, I know y'all ain't doing this on the north side. I know y'all be exterminating, because I done been around the north side. You like, no, no, we doing the same thing that we do for them. You a damn lie. Well, we got too many pests in our neighborhood. Only they got rats, big rats, but I'm pretty sure they ain't got no rodents in their crib like that. Come on, man. And I'm doing a case study. I'm studying now. I'm doing my homework, man, for y'all, man. I'm on some other stuff, man, with my stuff for 2026. You feel me? My last name Martin, so I gotta uphold the truth. You know what I'm saying? Of justice for all. You know what I'm saying? I'm on some other stuff, man. They gonna stop playing with me. You understand? They gonna give me what I deserve. They gonna make they gonna make me do a gag. They gonna do a gag one on me because I'm gonna be sounding off. And I'm gonna mess around. I'm gonna go to Washington D.C. like the pimps did, and I'm gonna be out there lobbying for my money. I'm not playing with y'all, man. Y'all better give me my money. You know what I'm saying? I've been going through this for a long time, Jack. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna end the systemic racism for me, and I'm gonna free others. That's how you do it. Anyway, make sure I let your comment subscribe. Listen, you did that.